Oh, you all right. In today's video, I'll talk about a breathtaking flick series. I speak of the series The Haunting of Bly Manor. After the miniseries format was favored by the public, be it Big Little Lies or The Sinner, nothing more is guaranteed of an ending. Broadcasters and streaming platforms have realized the enormous potential of introducing a limited concept and, depending on the reaction of viewers, ordering more surprise episodes. The Curse of the Hill Residence may not have been announced as a limited series, but it certainly has a round plot that does not allow it to be further explored. Fortunately, production made the smart decision to continue in the form of anthology. The Haunting of Bly Manor could not be more different from its predecessor. The actors and crew of creator Mike Flanagan remain, but they changed the plot, the setting and even the base material, with the works of Henry James serving as inspiration instead of the work of Shirley Jackson, as it was in year one. Here, young Donnie, Victoria Pedretti, Nellie of Hill Residence, is hired as a housekeeper at Bly Mansion, in the countryside of England, where she takes care of two orphans, Flora, Amelia B. Smith, and Miles, Benjamin Evan Ainsworth. Quickly, Donnie realizes that not only is there a heavy energy in the place, but that there is also something strange with the children. If the story seems familiar, it is because it is taken directly from The Turn of the Screw, the classic novel by Henry James, from 1898. Since then, the text has been revisited in the most diverse works, whether those that are slightly inspired, as The Others, 2001, or direct adaptations, such as The Terrible The Orphans, 2020. In any case, James' work is one of the greatest references in horror literature and, even without the modern public knowing, it inhabits popular consciousness just like the haunts it describes. Because of this, there is a certain predictability, which is embraced by production, that is committed to getting quality right instead of suffering from originality. Bly Mansion is fundamentally simpler than Hill Residence. The plot, for the most part, runs in a linear fashion, and there are fewer characters and elements at play than the interpersonal complications of the Crane family. What Flanagan did in 2018, using each half-season chapter to develop an individual, was brilliant to the point that it wouldn't be honest to try to repeat it here. Running against programs like Westworld, the team understands that it doesn't need to be bigger and more staggering than its predecessor to justify being a sequel. Just mirror the style, visual language and themes in a new story. Even without the tricks that enshrined its predecessor, what sustains the new year is the enormous talent of its cast. Victoria Pedretti, who now assumes the deserved position of protagonist, shines like Donnie. Whether in the enormous affection that the nanny feels for the children, in the fear of the unknown, or else in the desperation to escape from her past, the actress has charisma for sensitive moments, and emotional intensity for despair in the face of the unknown. The child cast stands tall. Amelia B. Smith, in her third role, from life after the British soap opera EastEnders, and as Peppa Pig's third interpreter, overflows with cuteness, with a touch of strangeness due to the secrets that Flora keeps. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, like Miles, is impressed by how quickly the boy's elegance becomes discomfort due to his perverse tendencies, and uncomfortable situations that Donnie goes through. It is fair to say that the boy would not be out of place like Damien in a new version of The Prophecy. Also worth mentioning is Oliver Jackson Cohen, who lived Luke the previous season, but now returns as the enigmatic Peter Quint, a figure from the mansion's past who still roams the halls, and has a clear influence on Miles. The actor terrifies in his eyes, in his threatening posture and also in his manipulative dialogues, delivered with a striking Scottish. Even though he has a lot less to tell and develop, Mansion Bly also has new techniques. If Residence Hill manifested memory and connection through its corridors and ghosts, here everything revolves around trauma and how it affects the perception, be it of time, of relationships or of ourselves. The mansion does not represent an imminent danger to its inhabitants, but it serves as a stage for each of the characters to face unresolved pains that have shaped all their lives. This is how the series finds justification for its flashbacks, which take on new meaning as the cast revisits moments of pain and joy, in an explosive mix of past and present. The highlight is the fifth episode, focused on Hannah Grove, Tina Miller, which contextualizes the time lapses of the housekeeper in a brilliant way, as was done with the presence of the young woman with the crooked neck the previous year. The horror here is much more subtle, inner and poetic than before. Everything about the plot is treated as a tragedy, which is very effective for the viewer, due to the great development of the characters. For those looking for scares and graphic terror, the series makes it clear that it does not intend to invest in it, moving further away from these elements, but not abandoning them completely. There are still jumpscares and hauntings that play with the viewer's attention, but leave them as a side while focusing on the oppressive atmosphere of a place full of hurt. Bly Mansion may occasionally be too explanatory in a plot without much narrative complexity, but it is a successor worthy of Hill residents. Mike Flanagan and his team bring their sharp, high aesthetic and writing style, with a strong cast, to retell one of the greatest classics in genre literature. Thus, The Curse is positioned almost as a more sober version of American Horror Story. With centuries of good works for the production to be inspired and revisited, fans of haunted houses and bitter spirits have a full plate in their hands. Donnie's Misfortunes and Orphans in the English Countryside are an excellent first step in the right direction. If you want to know more about that series, and you like this type of series, I invite you to watch. You will not regret it. Thank you very much for your attention. If you liked it, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. We will continue to bring you the best suggestions for series and films. God bless you.